So I believe DOC is responsible for my injuries directly.
Two Arizona correctional officers say managers' negligence almost got them killed.
And they're speaking publicly for the first time only to ABC 15 investigator Melissa Blasius. They hope a lawsuit will force safety improvements.
But the Department of Corrections is trying to throw out the entire case.
Bruises all over, his earlobe nearly ripped off. Chris Russett suffered a traumatic brain injury when he was ambushed by an Arizona prison inmate.
After he had knocked me down, he sat on top of me, punching my head. So his intent was to kill me.
Russett was working in Florence's central unit with some of Arizona's most dangerous offenders. The inmate who beat him had a history of mental illness and attacking officers.
And Director Ryan overrode that inmate and placed him in that cell block, which their inmates were unrestrained. They moved around, no handcuffs, no leg irons, nothing.
Russett, Desiree Knighton, and 6 other current and former corrections officers are suing the state, saying the Department of Corrections ignored safety problems, leading to their life-altering injuries. Knighton was at Lewis Prison when an inmate attacked her with a sock full of rocks.
He swung it on my left. It hit my head, and this was all cut open. The rocks came around and hit me in my eye, causing me to lose sight in my eye.
Knighton was bleeding and frantic
because I didn't know what building I was in.
Because Knighton was working overtime in an unfamiliar part of the prison, and she says no one warned her about inmate Chad Braxton's escalating behavior.
I found out that he had mental issues and he was supposed to be on medication that he hadn't been taking. I found out that he had been up for 24 hours straight and that he had also threatened to take out a CO.
The corrections officer's federal lawsuit says they were attacked due to understaffing, faulty cell doors, or leaving violent and mentally ill inmates unrestrained.
When state employees create dangers for other employees, it violates the right to the sanctity of their body. It violates their right to be safe.
The corrections officers say their constitutional rights were violated because they were not warned of inmates' threats or they did not receive proper support and training. However, lawyers for the state have long argued that the entire case should be thrown out because the state has so-called qualified immunity. In court filings, lawyers for the state add the court should decline to open this Pandora's box because their liability would be endless for states with many public employees who routinely perform dangerous public safety functions.
What they're arguing is that because they're public officials and we've brought a lawsuit under federal law, that any mistakes they made were either reasonable mistakes or that they couldn't have known that their actions were going to harm my clients.
Whether the officers win or lose in court, they want Arizona to make prisons safer for employees and inmates. I'm investigator Melissa Blasius, ABC 15 Arizona.